So the media is outraged that the governor of Georgia is going to reopen his state. But so is the governor of Colorado. In fact, both of their plans mirror each other. Why are we out to get the governor of Georgia, but not Colorado?
I told the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, that I disagree strongly with his decision to open certain facilities which are in violation of the Phase 1 guideline. But I think spas and beauty salons and tattoo parlors and barber shops in Phase 1, we're going to have Phase 2 very soon, is just too soon. I think it's too soon.
You know, I'm going to dispense with a lengthy build-up to the question I asked, and we're just going to cut straight to the chase. Why the governor of Georgia, that no-good white supremacist that stole the election from the black lady, why it's obvious he can't be trusted to reopen his state. Look at him. He's going to reopen restaurants. He's going to allow beauty salons to open and tattoo parlors. So is Colorado. In fact, both states basically have the same coronavirus stats as far as those sick, those who've died, etc., etc. They're basically mirror images of each other. So why is one being absolutely excoriated and filleted in the national media, including by the president, when he's a member of the same political party as the president and is obviously an ally of the president and wants to have the president's back? Why does Trump not have his back? And why is everyone, especially the media, being quiet about the governor of Colorado? Is it because that Jared Polis, governor of Colorado, is a Democrat, Jewish, gay, married to a first dude, and he's got kids? Could it really be political? In a word, yes. In another word, duh. This is unconscionable. And I gotta be honest with you. I'm not understanding our president right now on a lot of fronts where coronavirus and COVID-19 is concerned. The president was on board with Georgia reopening, and then Scarf Lady goes in, has a little chat with him, and all of a sudden, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. White House, you know, they're discouraging now what George is doing. This is awful. This is awful. And see, I'm also looking at it from the vantage point, what will other Republican governors do now? DeWine is set on Monday to announce what he's going to do with Ohio. Will he be watching and gauging the backlash that this governor of Georgia is facing? Because after all, that little four-eyed wimp in Ohio doesn't really have a backbone of his own, and he prides himself in leading all the other governors to do this insane shutdown, including the president. Yet now we have an op-ed that came out in the New York Post stating that with the latest rounds of tests showing that once again, the one thing that we should have learned through this pandemic is every model has been wrong. And it isn't just as Dr. Fauci Stein said, well, you know, we purposely overshoot, you know, because, you know, you have to, we want to be guilty of maybe being a little too cautious and not cautious enough. Bullhawk. You little nerd that you've never had any real power and authority in your life, and now all of a sudden you have become the be-all, end-all, and I don't know what it is that you are even utilizing to cause President Trump to walk in lockstep with you. But you've been wrong. On every turn, you've been wrong. And you were telling us 2 million people were going to die. And the latest results of now that we have seen millions of people in New York already have the coronavirus antibody. That means, number one, it's been in New York a whole lot longer than you thought it was. And herd immunization is why the numbers are way down. It swept through. People developed an immunity to it. The worst is over. Reopen the state. Reopen the country. There is no need for this continued nonsense and for our president to actually side with the media, to side with Fauci Stein, to go after the governor of Georgia is, in my mind, unthinkable, unconscionable, and I don't understand this. And I really don't want any lengthy responses from our president. He's got this. This is another 4D chess move. No, there's something else at play here, and I don't quite get it. And I don't quite see it, but this isn't about a 4D chess move. This is about the president having been obfuscated by the opposition in this area. And I don't understand it. I don't. I don't know if his daughter is behind pushing him to go along with what's being done. I don't know if, again, the enemy from within, Mike Pence, is pushing this. I'm not clearly connecting all the dots yet, but I can tell you something ain't right. Something ain't right. And the rest of you Trump supporters know something's just, it's not right here. And this isn't just being surrounded by the deep state. He's been surrounded by the deep state his entire time in office, and he has made them look like the ridiculous fools that they are. But somewhere, somehow, he has been obfuscated by them. They have hijacked this away from him, and he's not on his game when it comes to rolling this back. Now, we see glimpses of it. We see glimpses where he has his legs underneath him and he's trying desperately to roll it back, and then he immediately caves when Fauci Stein or Scarf Lady, get him alone and bend his ear for a couple of minutes. He immediately does an about face. And again, the governor of Colorado is rolling his back the same way as the governor of Georgia. One's Democrat, one's Republican. One's straight, one's gay. You tell me what the difference is and why the media is leaving one alone and crucifying the other. And why has the president joined the chorus? These are some questions that need answers. By the way, Mr. President, no matter what position you take or what you say, the mainstream media, your political opponents, and Dr. Fauci Stein are never going to accurately represent you anyway. Case in point, you make an offhanded comment, sarcastic I might add, about eating bleach, injecting Lysol, whatever it is that the media has twisted all out of context. Has Fauci run to your aid? No. Are your political rivals trying to say he was taken out of context? No. And by the way, for those of you that actually believe the president said that and he meant it the way he said it, you're the reason that we have to have instructions on the side of shampoo bottles. Idiots. That said, Mr. President, do the right thing. Reopen the country. Because what you're doing sure ain't the great reopening. Well, that's it for this little pontification. Hey, make sure you give us a thumbs up and a like. Share this faster than coronavirus to the social media platforms of your choice, because we don't practice social media distancing around here. Help us get the word out. I appreciate all you do to promote this channel and what we talk about here. I do welcome your comments. I do read them. I do respond to some of them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you're a subscriber to the channel. Make sure you have smacked the bell and clicked the word all for notification of my next rant.